Hello, I'm Robin Davis, and sadly we don't have Naz today, but this is the Friday Fixture. Boys, how are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me on in place of Naz. Massively excited for the game on Sunday. Cannot wait. Obviously, returning guest. People should know by now.
Yeah, you're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. Sethy?
But Seth,
I couldn't be happier to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the camera. For anyone who doesn't know, I have been behind the camera, behind the scenes, doing the cuts,
Yep.
et cetera, for
all-round goat for the Friday Fixture
maybe I did
podcast.
it for the first 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Invaluable.
And then kind of, in parallel of the course, I burned out a bit. But
Honestly, Seth has been an absolute goat for this podcast, so we really appreciate you, Seth, and we're pleased to have you on as a guest now.
one might say this podcast is my goat.
Okay.
Whoa. That's lovely.
That's very sweet of you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Robin.
No, of course, mate. Well, before we get to the main games, I've got to ask you both about the AFCON situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, right? I mean, obviously, they've rewarded Morocco with the tournament. I presume they're going to send them a trophy once it's ironed out with the Sport of Arbitration Senegalese appeal. But yeah, I just wanted to get a serious thought from you both. Like, what do you both make to this? Like, Ciaran?
Sham. Like, it's ridiculous for you to wait, what was it, 2 months? Something like
It's
that.
nearly 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like quite a while, yeah.
Like, fair, they obviously, it was a bit ridiculous what they did, Senegal, that is. But they won. Like, they won the match.
Yep.
Just, I don't know, ban them from the next tournament or something.
Would you say, though, that because during the game, technically the rules were broken and they did lead the field, and under,
So
I think
is
it's
it- was
section
it-
82 and 83 I read this morning about...
Was it actually a fourth, like, technically by the
Technically
book?
speaking,
Technically, if
yeah.
they leave the pitch,
I don't know what the period of time is.
Yeah.
I think there is a period of time where you can
Okay.
you do technically forfeit the match. Yeah, Seth, what do you
well, I
think?
think my biggest thought is like, if you're Morocco players more so, do you really care? Like, it obviously sucks, but like or I guess I more so meant, or if you're Senegal, do you really care?
If you're Senegal,
Like, you
you really care, I think.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
it's-
know though.
I
Like they
think
had
you
the
do.
celebration. Like they undertook the best parts of winning a tournament.
They've had,
Like,
they've
they
had
had-
the open top bus.
They did, that's what I mean. They did it, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously it sucks, and like
Valid
obviously
point.
it's a bit
Yeah.
unfortunate, but like some of those guys aren't gonna play. Like they're not gonna be looking in the history books or whatever. I mean, maybe they will be, but you know
I think
what I
there
mean?
will be a little bit of an asterisk, sadly, against the tournament now.
Yeah. It's not a good look for...
It's terrible. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done this.
I think as well, like it's put a slight kind of because it's every 2 years.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to start questioning like the.
Wasn't there talks of it going 1 year every
Yeah,
1
yeah,
year?
that's what FIFA are
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Which is
Kinda
crazy. But yeah, it's kind of no, sorry, it wasn't every 1 year. They were going to change it to every 4 years.
Every 4. Okay, yeah.
But still, I feel like it's put a little bit of a sting in the tail for the Senegalese. But I was just going to say, on a more jovial note, do you guys have any memories of like games where like if you could go back in time and change
the result.
the result? I have a great one, but I wanted to check with you boys first.
I think my obvious one is the Spain-England Euros when I was here.
Oh, okay.
Because I had just been in London for the first.
Was there a controversy?
No, I
Oh,
just
right.
meant any
Okay,
result.
sorry. I should have maybe worded it slightly better. What I was meaning was like, has there been a game where like there's been some outrageous like refereeing decisions where you're like, this needs to change? Like,
Well,
if you could
the
go
obvious
back,
one is the Drogba.
that was literally my example. Yeah, 2009, the Barcelona game. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
That was absolutely crazy.
It's a disgrace.
I don't think that referee has been seen since. I'm guessing
Really?
he's still alive, but
Ah,
like. Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
wouldn't be surprised.
Have you got any other examples like that?
The one that does it for me is the Kovacic second yellow, which he didn't get against Arsenal a couple of years back. Stonewall second yellow, should have been off, obviously.
When he was playing for Chelsea?
No, City.
Oh, sorry,
And
right.
we played
okay.
them, and it was fairly like later on in the title run-in, pretty big game, and he should have been off. That was the game that we lost because Rodri scored in like the last minute. But yeah, I'd have him off, and the pen that they got not be a pen.
Fair.
That'd be me.
Seth, any examples of that?
Well, the other night, a bit of a ridiculous thing. I went to, I think it was Sheffield Wednesday, Watford.
Oh, yeah.
And
You went to Sheffield Wednesday?
went to Watford.
I was going to say.
Sheffield Wednesday.
That's a long way to
Yeah,
go.
sorry.
You and Will, I'm guessing.
Me and Will.
Yeah. Nice.
Sheffield Wednesday went up 1-0, and then I think all the momentum switched to Watford. Like they should have scored, scored. Got a pen. Imran Louza takes a pen, hits it off the crossbar, and then someone else scores the rebound.
Wow.
But they called like the most ridiculous encroachment you've ever
past the
seen in your
box,
life. Like,
was it?
and he wasn't even in the box. Like I had a video of it. It was just not in the box. Didn't let him retake it.
Really?
They just said it's just done, and then it ended 1-1.
It's rare to see those given as well. So for something to be soft,
Yeah, in the
and given like
championship
that
as well.
is,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like bloody hell.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not
Ridiculous.
good.
But I don't really care that much.
You don't
about
have
it. I don't care.
It's just your mate's team, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wish I could have had a little celebration, but it's fine.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about in today's podcast, so we probably should start looking at some of the games to review. I thought we'd start with the Women's League Cup final, Chelsea 2, Man United 0. Lauren James obviously did really well. She got the first goal, which was great in the 90th minute.
She's an absolute
Yeah.
baller.
And then I thought it was a bit of a shout out to Raitard Canyard, who crossed in for a great name for a player, Beaver Jones, who did well to chest down and make it 2-0. I feel like they needed that though
The Chelsea.
because they're third in the WSL at the moment. So I feel like that was quite an important result.
Is it
for
City
them.
and Arsenal at the top?
City by far at the top.
City
I think.
are absolutely smashing it at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I don't even
so,
think there's a chance for.
But yeah, do we think Lauren James? I have a bit of a soft spot for her. I think she obviously is. I'm biased. I'm a Chelsea fan, but do we think Lauren James is like one of the world's best players at the moment in terms of current form?
I think anyone I've ever spoken to says that she is.
People that know football.
Say
People
Lauren
that know
James.
football
I heard a
say
story
she
about
is.
her like when she was young.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Will telling us. Like she would just pull up to like older
it was
guys.
My mate who we got on our pod the other week.
Oh yeah.
Episode, what was Nico? Episode 5?
6.
Something like that? 5 or 6. And he grew up in Sheen.
Oh yeah.
Around the Jameses, has been to their house.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently she just used to come to just a ball session
and just kill everyone.
cook everyone.
Like
just
older guys.
How old was she at this point?
older
She'd have been
guys
like
in school.
Yeah,
Teens.
like young.
14, 15.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Who else is like? I mean, I'm a bit ignorant to it, but I know Dennis Rodman's daughter is like the highest paid ever, isn't she?
She's is she at the London City Lionesses?
I think so.
Is that the new club that was
Yeah.
bought by that billionaire?
Yeah.
Who are
guy,
they're in the
billionaire?
WSL now, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I think she's like up there as well.
you got like Beth Mead,
Yeah.
Leah Williamson,
Chloe Kelly.
people like that. I suppose
Yeah.
a lot of the England players at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they are the best.
Hannah
team
Hampton
for what, the last-
Indeed.
in goal. So there's some great English
Is,
talent. I'd say Lauren James probably the best of.
Is Marta still knocking about?
Who's Marta?
The like
Brazilian.
Brazilian baller.
I
Been
don't
around
think
for
so. No, I think that's
I remember
quite a while,
her
mate.
being like 48 years old. And
I
just,
think they named an award after her, and
Yeah.
she was still knocking about that she won the award. She won the Marta Award.
Yeah. She I remember watching her when the U.S. women's were like unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fair, but I mean, I think obviously it's a great result for Chelsea. I think sadly for Man United, back to the drawing board, consolidate their league position, and they've got a massive Champions League game coming up against Bayern Munich on the 25th of March.
Wow.
So they've got bigger fish to fry. But obviously, yeah, Chelsea 2 years in a row win the Women's League Cup, which is big for them.
Massive.
But yeah, let's move on now to Arsenal 2, Everton 0 on the men's side. Everton, I was going to ask you, Ciaran, I thought Everton played really well in this game.
They really did.
If you, obviously I am a neutral, slightly biased on my, I joke a lot about Arsenal not winning the title, but I do think that Everton did play very well in this game and were unlucky. They had a lot of chances. Keane, 73rd minute, that was a great chance. Headed just over.
They set up really well.
Yeah.
But
Like, defensively, they were really good. I don't think we offered a lot, classic.
No.
But defensively, they were really good. They hit us on the counter a fair few times. They had one at the start where Dwight McNeil hit the post.
Yeah.
Which I was not best pleased about.
Yeah.
Because I was there. And
You
I was
were
losing
there.
my head. I was there. I was losing my head because I think Timber had gone down. He later came off.
Yeah.
With an injury.
With an injury, yeah. And he had gone down and everyone was, what the hell? Kick it out kind of thing. Obviously, you're not going to do that if you're if you're away from home at the league leaders.
Yeah.
And with a great chance. And it was a great chance. It was a really good shot, to be fair. By the way, Calafiori's block.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if he's got a flipping neck, mate. I don't know how he's done that.
When he was on the floor and like a
and he just
ballerina.
chucked his leg up.
That was
innit?
really cool.
Unbelievable.
But what I was going to say to you is, I feel like these are the sort of games where you win titles. Like, the game was really, really cagey.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the player that comes and influences it, who we're going to talk about in a little bit of detail, is Dalman, who had a part to play in both goals. Obviously, a great cross.
Yeah.
In the 89th minute, there's so much kind of awe about this kid. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, the levels that I think he can get to. And then I also hear, which kind of worries me from a non-Arsenal point of view, you've got another kid coming through the ranks who I forget the name of, who apparently is better than Dalman, who you may have heard of, and I can't remember his name. But it's like, oh wow, the academy at Arsenal is doing what Chelsea were doing a few years ago, like product after product of like solid players coming through. But yeah, I was just going to say to you, obviously that 90 plus 7, you're in the stadium, so you can describe it. But did you think it felt similar in terms of the vibe when Rooney was coming through? You're a bit too young for this, but when Rooney came through and he was playing against Arsenal,
it was against
the opposite
Arsenal.
way round.
Yeah.
I kind of felt there was a bit of a similarity in terms of like how big this goal felt for Dalman's career.
Yeah.
Would you agree? And can you just describe to us the goal for a little bit?
So he's obviously been given a couple minutes here and there. I think he
How long
made
did
his
he play in the end?
debut last year. He came on with Gyökeres.
Okay. So about 30 minutes, was it?
About, something like that. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Gyökeres because I think those are the games, the fridge. But I think those are the games that we bought him to win.
Okay.
He's obviously not going to run the length of the field and score against City or someone like that. He's there to get us the goal when we need it.
Yeah.
In a cagey 0-0 in the 89th minute. But yeah, back to Dalman. Huge. Like, he looked really good when we played Mansfield in the cup.
Did he start in that game as well?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, and the fact he's come back from a months-long injury.
Yeah.
And come in and done that, and people are now talking about him starting on the weekend.
What I thought was really impressive
It's
was
unbelievable.
like he came in, obviously was part of the first goal, but the way that he headed down the ball, the touch, the way the shimmy that to get past Mikalenko's literally on flat on his arse, and Dewsbury Hall, and then literally Aura farm it, and then just literally walk in.
When he went through. Yeah, and like because obviously it's one of those where, like you said, he had a fair amount to do. Like he had to get to the loose ball. Yeah, he had to go past. I think it was Dewsbury Hall, and pardon the rhyme, and he still had a bit to do. So obviously we were just like, get it out, and then
you thought
he
you
did
should
that.
just
I was just like,
just
boot it, and then he did that, and like the whole time. You're obviously celebrating because you're like he can't fuck this up, can he? And then it actually goes in. Yeah, but there's always just that little bit of like, fuck, he better not fuck this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then put the game to bed.
Seth, did you enjoy that goal?
Oh yeah. I mean, how could you not? Imagine being that young, like literally
16.
What were you doing at 16?
Not that. Not that. I think I got 3 goals as a wing back on my high school team. Missed a couple pens.
Is that why
season.
you called the Wing It In podcast?
Ooh.
Is there some reference to your
wing
past
back.
career as a
wing back?
The wing back.
But now, but I don't know. I couldn't imagine being he's like 16 in like a couple 200 days or something.
No, he's
Less.
16.
And then what? How many, like 50 days?
70 odd days or something like that.
Ridiculous.
knowledge.
That seemed a bit weird. I know that.
Who's counting though?
He'll be 18 in 1 year.
But
Oh God.
I think that's what stands out to me the most is like the youngest ever goal scorer is just so mad.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like, I couldn't imagine that.
Very impressive, and it'd be really exciting to see how he does. I think I just hope for his sake that he doesn't, because I feel like, and I'll get into my preview when we talk about the League Cup final, but I do feel a little bit that a lot of these young players are getting played a bit too much. Yeah. You look at Palmer when he first came in at Chelsea, which we're going to get onto that game in a second, but players like that, you don't want to overplay Dalman, is my point.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the only slight worry of, like, I hope that there isn't too much kind of...
It's a super fun
do you know what I mean?
line.
A bit too much hype, and then it's kind of like he's just dead by 25 in terms of just like his how many games he can play a season. So,
do you think that they would? Do you think they'll just 100% keep him, or would they?
Yeah, I think
would they shop around?
He's a bit different. I think he's a bit different because obviously we had a very, very similar situation with Nwaneri. Like very similar players. When Nwaneri made his debut, he was the youngest ever.
Where's he gone now? He's gone on loan, hasn't
He's
he?
in Marseille.
Yeah, Marseille. Yeah.
But I think Dalman is too good. Okay. I think he's better than Nwaneri. Yeah. And he's...
And Nwaneri?
Nwaneri, yeah.
Sorry. Was obviously touted as being very special, wasn't he?
Yeah. He got a bit unlucky, I think, in that when he was coming through, Odegaard was...
like at his best.
Our guy at his best. So in his position, and he was never really going to challenge.
So it wasn't really his
I think
moment. Okay.
Dalman's a bit different.
Interesting. Well, we've got to move on because we've got a lot of games to talk about. But speaking of a player that was similar levels when he was very young, was obviously Cole Palmer, who played in Chelsea's loss to Newcastle. I thought it was a great example of Palmer's kind of slight, not demise, but like just he's a bit off the ball, isn't he, at the moment? Like in the 14th minute, he'd have slotted. He put a chance wide where 2 years ago definitely
just
would have
isn't
scored
doing
it.
it.
Like
I know
he's bottom bins.
I think he's pushing himself further and further from that plane this summer. To be honest,
for England,
yeah,
I would agree with you.
I think so.
Wow.
He just hasn't really. I mean, he had that hat trick with 2 pens or something. Anyways, I know we're not talking. But like, I think he's not been doing great.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, it's a worrying time for Chelsea at the moment because obviously, they literally get cut open from defence. I mean, I've got a picture here on the screen grab, like pretty crap defending from.
You've scrolled up.
Oh, sorry. Like pretty poor defending. Like there wasn't really a defensive back line there.
It's a bit of a segue, but defending midweek was shocking
as well. Yeah, we'll get onto that game later. But for this Chelsea Newcastle game, I just thought. A good example of where Chelsea still have problems in defence. Obviously, Newcastle look very good there. Obviously, they're finding a bit of form. I was
going to say, and Eddie was in a bit of trouble there. I think. Yeah, I mean, they were like what 14th or something.
Yeah,
or maybe 12th.
Yeah,
a team who's pretty much been like in Europe for the past 2-3 years, maybe more.
Yeah, two. No, well, they had one off, didn't they? And then they came back.
I think it was 2 in the last 3 seasons.
Really underperformed, and now are finding a bit of stride, and could even have a massive night tonight, which I know we can talk about another time. But
obviously they drew 1-1 last in the first leg. They're obviously, like you say, playing Barcelona, so that'll be really interesting.
They might just be better than Chelsea.
Yeah, I think they could probably finish the season strongly. They seem to always
definitely. Their backline is so good.
Yeah, but they had a period, like you said, where they were pretty indifferent, but now they found some form.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to talk to you both about. I said before the podcast about this fine that Chelsea have got about the secret payment stuff.
Yeah, man.
So Chelsea have been. I better say this legally correctly. So they were hit with a £10 million fine for breaching. It was undisclosed payments to unregistered agents and third parties between 2011 and 2018. So they made £47.5 million undisclosed payments, which is quite a lot.
That's insane.
That's
nothing. Quite a lot of money. So I was going to ask you, obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, and I agree. I don't disagree. I think it's wrong this happened. But would you agree with me when I say that it was good in the sense that the new owners at least came in, they came forward, they immediately discovered this irregularity. They went to the Premier League and said, and the Premier League has actually said in a statement, they voluntarily self-reported it for historical breach of rules. But,
I mean, they had to do that.
What do you boys think to that?
I think that if I'm a Chelsea supporter or a Chelsea fan, I'm probably like, surely disappointed, but also
I'm
a bit proud that there's like that integrity within the club. Like that's something you want. But if I'm a Leicester fan or
exactly.
I was going to say,
team like
do you
that,
think, is that why they've only got a fine and not
I think,
points?
well, the thing I was going to ask you about, and that moves us nicely onto this segue, is obviously Manchester City.
or
have
a
still
City
got
fan.
119 charges against their name, which obviously for reasons again I will say are allegations at the moment. But that's a lot of charges. Yeah, asterisks. That's a very serious case. Like it makes me worry that if whenever these charges are brought to the tribunals or whatever, what's going to happen? Like, are they just going to get a lenient, massive fine and no points deduction? What do we think is going to happen with that as well? Hypothetically, obviously.
Yeah. Well, like I think this is just setting the precedent. Like you essentially have to be like mega transparent, or you will suffer tremendous. I mean, and it's still a decent little loss for Chelsea. I mean, 10 mil. The grand scheme of things doesn't sound huge.
They're not allowed to buy any players now, are they?
Yeah, they have like a little.
No, it's youth players, which obviously Chelsea love doing.
Yeah,
you can't buy youth players for the first team.
I believe it's 9 months for the youth players, and we can buy
because I guess that's the
over 21.
That are over.
I guess that's the demographic they were.
But Chelsea love doing this, so they're going to be gutted.
Yeah.
But that must have been the type of transfer that these secret payments were happening within, I suppose.
Well, no, actually, what they were fined for was like transfers for like Ramirez back in the day, Eden Hazard. There's quite a big list.
Why were they doing shady stuff? I don't understand why it's necessary for like
I don't know,
these
and I don't want
hugely
to
established organizations. Anyways,
I don't want to delve into it too much because I can't remember all of the facts, but I think essentially that they were paying off certain agents' fees to acquire certain players. We'll leave it at that. But yeah,
I don't think that's
crazy.
that uncommon.
No, it probably happens more than you think, sadly, in industry. But
indeed.
Chelsea obviously.
On to the Chelsea, on the City subject as well. Did you see that? Like, I mean, I don't understand the topic. Maybe you know more than me, but
Go for it.
Citigroup, the team that owns them.
Yep.
They own like what, Sydney or Melbourne?
New York.
Yeah.
And then New York, and then they obviously used to own Girona, or there's
No, there's still an arrangement with them.
but they had some strange disconnect with them. Apparently they've lost like hundreds of millions of pounds in the last like short time frame, which just seems unbelievable to me. How like
it must be. I don't know. Again, it's probably a lot of this probably will come out in the water after these whatever's happening with the charges. I don't know. Though.
But there clearly is just some strange little financial bug going around.
There is. Well, on the fields for Man City, they're obviously struggling.
They are.
West Ham obviously drew with them 1-1. Pep was obviously watching from the stands, and there's a great shot, sadly for his sake, when Mark Gay skies it just right at the end. That could have made it 2-1, which is quite
easy done that?
Unless you're a Man City fan, obviously.
Or even a Palace fan, just disappointed in that.
But just briefly as well,
should be better. Mark.
How great was Bernardo Silva's finish, by the way, to make it
Bilva.
1-0?
I'll give it up to you, Bilva.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. One of the best goals I've seen this season.
Yeah,
he just is annoying. So good.
I was going to ask you, but it sounds like you were in agreement with me. That was deliberate, wasn't it? He did mean
without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He is just really annoyingly a very good football player.
Yeah.
In the same vein as Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Seems like I've got a little
Portuguese situation
thing going on, but I don't. I'll get that
to
on the record.
On the podcast.
To clarify, I do not. Just, but they are both quite in your face. You'd love to have him on your team. Hate to be against.
Did you see you guys saw the this? Sorry, I know this is not.
No, it's fine.
Slight segue. Did you see the?
We're all 4 segues on this podcast.
I think it was like some show, maybe like a pregame or a postgame, and it was they kind of had the camera on this graph,
right?
And it was like a double axis thing, which said like chances created from free play and chances created from open play, and there's like players like the corner takers for their teams are all like quite high, like Rice was quite high,
sure.
Whoever was quite high, and then they players, and then they zoom out,
right,
and literally Bruno Fernandes is like double.
Oh yeah,
all of them. Like
he's having a very good season
in both open and
set piece.
Like just insanely
crazy.
And I think Bilva was also like a top 10 in that graph as well.
What's this unreal?
For those listening to the podcast, Bilbo is meant to be Bernardo Silva, I think.
Well, yeah, that's who we were talking about. I thought that's who we were talking about.
But also another player who seems to always play a role. And I was going to ask you, Ciaran, about him. Always seems to play a role in ruining teams' title fight / defences. Is former Arsenal player Mavropanos, who always seems to play a role, like I say, and did the same away to Arsenal, playing for West Ham in the 2023-2024 season, around Christmas time. I remember it well because I was at a wedding with lots of Arsenal fans who were all fuming about it, so it was quite funny.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
But yeah, what are your memories on Mavropanos just quickly?
Oh my God, he was so bad. He was so bad for us. But we need to make a statue of just his head. Just his head for the block and the header to score the goal. Mavropanos' head may have won us the league.
Yeah.
His physical head, not his brain.
Well, yeah.
And also, just on West Ham as well, I think they do stand a good chance of staying up. We're going to get on Spurs chat in a second. But,
that is actually,
lads,
as a little precursor, that is an unbelievably good relegation scrap at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. We'll get on to that in a second. But I was just going to ask you, do you think the way that they're playing under Nuno, they obviously have a history. He did the same at Forest. I think he came in around the same season as I was talking to you earlier about the Mavropanos incident. 2023 came in Christmas, and Chris Wood went on this mad run at the end of that season. It was quite impressive. Yeah. I think he's going to work his miracles at West Ham as well.
I really wouldn't be surprised. They are actually playing quite good football. Somerville's come into his own. Fernandes in the midfield for them is just playing really well, and you've got someone like Bowen up top who will get you goals. Yeah, it's looking good.
It is looking good. Seth, what do you think on that as well?
I mean, I was gonna talk about next week, this Sunday.
Yeah, the Forest game.
It's just gonna be in my preview. That's as well, just gonna be mad. That's kind of my.
Well, we'll get onto that after we review.
But yeah, I think West Ham can win / take points from any home game. Like London Stadium's obviously not great, but like
they just play
for
well
some reason I had confidence going into that City game that they were gonna get a point.
Yeah.
And like odds reflected that, etc.
For some reason, Matthew Wolfie, as we know him, has been on this podcast a few times. Still has a friend of a friend of a friend's West Ham season ticket on his phone.
Yeah, which is mad.
Which shows how Fulham shit they've been. Clearly, the guy who owns it is like, I don't give a fuck. You can just keep it. I don't quite know how that works. But anyway, he's still got a season ticket.
When was the last time West Ham sold out a game?
I don't know, mate, but I just mean like.
I know, but I just mean like
you spend 700 quid and it's that shit. It's like, oh, it's fine. Just give it to this random 25-year-old. You can just have it.
Who doesn't use them either?
Doesn't go either. It's a weird thing. Isn't
never
it?
goes. And he lives like relatively close to it.
If anyone's listening, they're welcome to use
Matt Wolf's
ticket going. Free season ticket at West Ham.
Yeah, that's just mad.
He's also got one at Fulham. Anyway, it's a different story.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's a better one.
Liverpool versus Spurs now. They lost to Galatasaray. I thought they were a bit unlucky to not come away with a draw in that game. Last Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Last Tuesday.
That second leg is very exciting as well.
That is very exciting happening this evening. I think Galatasaray might sneak it, actually.
But it's in... Is this Liverpool. In Liverpool? Yeah.
It's at Anfield, yes.
Which is a really hard place to come in and win.
I was going to say, it's going to be tricky.
Is it, though?
Yes.
Okay.
It was hard. Champions League nights, but... I hear.
Sorry, but PSG did not have an easy time last year going into Anfield and having to take.
No, it's true. But in what we were talking about on our pod, they are not the same beast, Liverpool, as they were last season. They look vulnerable. Their back line looks a bit meh.
Because you had Naz on last week, didn't you? Was he being very defensive about his beloved Liverpool?
No, he was bigging up Van Dijk, actually.
Okay.
Saying that he's been one of their performers, but obviously...
He said that if they didn't have Van Dijk, they would have had 25 more goals allowed or something. Or no, maybe he was even talking about Konate. I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah, I don't know.
I like some of Naz's stats, so I'm not sure we can always believe them. No, I'm joking.
True.
I'm only joking, Naz, if you're listening. But back to the game itself. So, obviously, I think Spurs started that game really well. They looked really effective, especially with that high press. 12th minute, they had a great chance from Sousa. Alisson did well to save that. I thought that was impressive. Yeah. And then... with Spurs, it would seem there's a bit of a tale of like goalkeepers going on this season. I'm going to be very Gary Neville here and say that I do think, and sort of agree with what I think Carragher was doing co-coms on Sky. He was saying that the Dominic Sob was like, obviously it's a great strike. It was very powerful, but
has to do better.
I think the goalkeeper should be saving that. It's not directly in the corner, it's literally in the middle of the goal. If I'm a professional goalkeeper, that's my job. I think you should be saving that. What do you guys think?
He gets a decent hand to it as well. It's not like it's fingertips and like he's gone the other way first and then has had to readjust and stuff like that. He's there.
Yeah.
He gets a hand to it.
Quite powerful though, wasn't it? I suppose. Saying defence. Just to be
maybe there was some crazy like Hungarian spin on it or something. Like that's the only thing that's the only thing that would make sense.
It's like some sort of conspiracy theory going on.
I prefer to back the conspiracy that Vicario is just shit.
But Vicario, there was a guy I saw a video today and it was like, guess the Premier League like team of the month or something, and the first guy goes Vicario, and he goes, what the fuck?
Well,
he goes, no ball knowledge.
What's weird is you say that, but like in his defence, I know I've just kind of shat on him a little bit with that goal, and I do think he should have saved it. He does then make a great save from Gakpo's powerful shot late on, and then Salah's chance as well. So he does. He's obviously a very good goalkeeper.
He had a great start to the season.
He's a strange goalkeeper.
He had a great start to the season.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Did he?
I think he did.
I thought he was rubbish.
When Spurs were good at the start, they were top 4 for like what?
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks.
He had that game against Fulham though, where he just went walkabouts for like 2 goals.
Yeah, they need to sort it out. They need to sort it out.
But I was going to say to both of you, obviously, I did think to give credit now to Spurs. I did think they played well in that game. Obviously, I thought Liverpool were a bit indifferent. They probably should have scored another goal and killed the game off, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And I thought Spurs did really well to bring it back to 1-1. Obviously, Richarlison, who's kind of one of those players famously who's very good in relegation scraps, which again, me and Naz keep saying it. We're always a bit weirded out by saying Spurs are in a relegation scrap, like,
and they're more than in
so
it. They're
weird.
down in the. They are completely covered in it.
But to give them credit, they did really well to make it 1-1. I thought Moani did really well to bring that ball down from Van Dijk, kept him at bay. Plays in Richarlison, who slots it really nicely. I thought that was a great finish.
I agree.
So yeah, but you were speaking earlier, both of you, about relegation. To you first, Ciaran. Obviously, I know you're a Spurs fan. Sorry, not Spurs. Sorry, sorry. That was a big statement.
Whoa.
Sorry,
I'm getting off.
I know you're an Arsenal fan, but can you give me, or try to give me, an impartial view on the relegation scrap, if at all possible?
It's really hard. Like we were saying, it's really good because like it's so tight. But I think West Ham have the best manager. Tottenham have
the best team of the
best quality.
I mean,
I think
Forest,
they do
though.
have too much quality to go down.
Okay.
But I don't think Forest go down.
Dude, I think we also are forgetting, because Leeds also had a great run of form. Leeds are very much also in this relegation scrap.
Yeah, that's probably a fair
They're only
Yeah,
3
that's
points
fair.
above it, and they've just had poor results. Like that Palace game was bad.
Yeah.
I mean they've done well to keep a point there, but I think Leeds could go down as well.
Yeah, they're definitely in the race, or rather the fight for relegation.
I'd say Tottenham and Leeds are more likely than the other two.
So who's going down for you? Give me your 3.
I just would love Tottenham to go down. It would not be the biggest relegation ever.
It would be massive, yeah.
Like,
so you're saying Wolves, Burnley, and Tottenham. That's your 3
yeah,
on this pod. Okay.
It has to be Wolves, Burnley, Tottenham.
Okay, and Ciaran, who do you think is going to get relegated?
But can I add one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Wolves will finish above Burnley.
Oh, yeah, they're on a good run. We'll briefly mention Wolves. They are doing
Valid shout.
They are doing well, and obviously they nearly debunked Arsenal's title race.
Oh yeah!
Wow! And they
Liverpool.
got a result against Liverpool. Sadly, not in the FA Cup as well. And the
and
two
a great
mirrored
showing against
fixtures.
Brentford, which is a horrible result for
2-2.
Brentford, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Like
It's good for Chelsea.
really bad. yeah, it's great for
relief,
Chelsea.
and also
Until you get
Liverpool,
to 10 points reduction.
Well,
anyways.
that's a fair comment.
Sorry.
But Ciaran, just quickly. So, who do you think can get relegated?
I think West Ham.
West Ham. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be
I don't think they're
interesting.
good enough away.
Did you just say they were good?
I think they've got the best manager.
But didn't you also
I don't think
describe
they've got enough quality.
Bowen
Look,
up
we're
top
all
and-
about great takes in this podcast. Like, if Ciaran wants to change his mind, so
I
be
think
it.
the other 3 are
Say it with chest, bro.
safe. Yeah, I am. West Ham are going down, mate.
Wow,
Okay.
imagine that stadium in
What, West Ham?
in the Championship.
I think that will definitely be empty, and I think Matt Wolf will definitely get free tickets next season.
because
That guy
Derby
renews
would
his season
get
ticket.
12,000 allocation or something.
We can just go for free.
Yeah.
Probably just like rock up.
Renew the ticket.
But yeah, we need to move on now. So just a quick championship from the Championship, UK, the English Championship to the Scottish Championship. Celtic won 3-1, Rangers won 1-0 away to St Mirren, and worryingly for Hearts,
Very worrying.
they lost 1-0 to second from bottom Kilmarnock, which is not a good
Yikes.
result.
No, really bad result.
But just quickly, just give me a couple of words. Do you think Celtic, Rangers, or Hearts will win the Scottish Championship? Seth,
I
you go
have
first.
family from Edinburgh still there. I have to just believe. I can't put into the world that they don't win it.
Otherwise, you can't go back.
It would be so heartbreaking if they lose it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's been so long. Like what? More than 50 years since anyone other than Hearts.
Is it 3 points they're clear now?
Two.
2, sorry. Okay.
And they've lost their game in hand. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad if they lose that.
Ciaran, what do you think?
Hearts.
Hearts.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
Well, back now to the English Championship. We got Coventry 1, Southampton 2. Just a quick shout out to Matthew Hayhurst. He wasn't very confident going into this game. He's a Coventry fan.
No.
I really like the in-swinging cross though for Southampton's first goal. It's a really Matsuki with the cross for Flynn Downs. Those are really difficult for goalkeepers to judge the bounce and judge whether they go for the ball,
They really
wait
are.
for the bounce, wait for anyone to kick it. It's very challenging. So shout out to Matsuki. I thought that Coventry were quite poor in that game, and
I agree.
they are still 7 points clear. So that was probably their one game they could get away with. If they keep going this run, they're in about.
I think they'll be fine though.
I think they just have to finish top 2, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
should be right.
they're 9 points. Yeah,
They should be right.
they'll be fine.
Well, another team that me and Naz have a bit of a soft spot for, who sadly lost 5-0 on Tuesday in the Champions League, which I'm really upset about because I was really excited to keep talking about them on the podcast and watching them on TV and
Really,
just really
unfortunate.
Is Bodo Glimt, who sadly went from winning the first leg 3-0, which was amazing, and I really was enjoying the Chelsea dagger coming on after every goal, the Fratelli song, but sadly for them, they lost 5-0 in the reverse fixture. But just firstly on Bodo Glimt, like, do we think they've had a great? I mean, apart from last night's result, they've had a great time in the Champions League. They won 5-2 in aggregate to Inter. In the last round before this. But yeah, what do we think to Bodo Glimt's
Like results
story?
like that.
Yeah.
Just that result alone can change a club. Can change some of the players. Was it Haga?
Yeah.
His career is now
It's just gonna explode.
taken off.
But sadly, maybe not at Bodo Glimt.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those ones. It's a bit of an audition, isn't it, to a big club,
for sure.
unfortunately. But yeah, shout out to them. Me and Naz will be very sad not to be talking about them because I know we both enjoyed speaking about them. But
I think if they could play every leg at home, they would have won the Champions League.
What?
that's interesting. Including the final.
Yep. If they could play every game in
It's
Bodo.
like a 10,000 seater capacity stadium, but I would love to see it though. I'm all for it, Seth. I'm
Clip
not
it.
against it. We'll
Clip it. Shout out to Bodo.
Okay.
Shout out to Bodo G.
Well, another Champions League game that I think we should talk about. I don't know if I want to talk about it, but we need to talk about it. Is obviously Chelsea and City in a minute. That'll make me feel slightly better. Chelsea somehow managed to lose this on aggregate.
Oh.
I'll say it slowly. 8-2.
I would
Which
hate
is-
to be a Chelsea fan.
Have you been going to the school of puns that Adam went to from last week?
yeah.
He was all over
Yeah.
it.
I've enrolled.
Very punny.
Which I was enjoying. Shout out to Adam. But what I was going to say was, what? I lost for words. Like, in the first leg, Chelsea did actually play really, really quite well when it was 2. I'm losing track of the scores. When it was 2-2.
Yeah.
I was thinking we might go on and win this, or at least draw it. And I was thinking, great, we'll come back to Stamford Bridge and maybe sneak a 1-0, and that'd be ideal. What happened?
I think
what
that-
happened over both legs.
That first goal in the second leg the
Kvaratskhelia.
mistake from Sarr.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
Sarr, yeah.
I think that just highlighted how important those last 15 were in the first leg. If
You
you
mean
are
the defence, from a defensive point of view for Chelsea?
just from a team's point of view, if you are starting that second leg game
Yeah.
at 3-2 down, 2-2 down,
Yeah.
you can make that mistake and
Still
be like,
have something.
You've still got something.
Yeah.
That 5 minutes in just killed all momentum that you could have possibly had.
Well, shout out to PSG because I think it was actually more a game where you have to give the opposition credit. Like,
Yeah,
for
they were
example,
really-
I just mentioned Kvaratskhelia. I mean, wow. I mean, the
player.
first goal that he scored when he came on as a sub in the first leg to make it 4-2.
Great
Absolute
goal.
class. I mean, it literally curls it in right in the
He
corner.
does that too.
It was amazing, and he did
do
well.
that.
He did
does
well
do that.
in that game. I think he got an assist as well.
Yeah.
In the second leg.
Didn't he
and
have
obviously
2
the
goals
first
and an
goal.
assist? Yeah. Mad.
Sorry, I was going to say, Barcola. So, Barcola smashed it in top corner, half volley. I thought that was very impressive. And then they got another kid coming through, Maile, who then made it 3-0 with a similar
another goal.
Barcola-style finish.
Great goal.
They look amazing. But I was just going to ask you both on PSG, to give them credit, because it's not all about Chelsea on this podcast. They've really found their rhythm.
Yeah.
In the league, though, weirdly, if you look at the league table, they're only 1 point ahead of Lens.
Yeah.
Which goes to show that their league form has not matched their current form in the Champions League, which is kind of interesting because you always think they're going to be like 15 points clear.
Yeah.
A, it's good for Ligue 1 that there is a title race. I think that's really important. But B, for other teams in the Champions League, it's looking quite worrying, right? And especially for you, Ciaran, as an Arsenal fan, are you a bit concerned seeing PSG come back to life, as it were?
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's the
When
final.
did you play that? Oh, only in the final.
We only in the final. I think if we,
Honestly, these Arsenal
thank
fans
God
say,
for that. Oh yeah, we'll be there.
You have to get through Sporting.
No, I just
mate.
like how they're like we've already made it to the
Well,
final.
yeah, I mean we've got PSG in the final.
On this note, would you have rather had Sporting or Bodo?
Sporting.
You would rather have Sporting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think we win either, but. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my take, my hot take.
Fair.
But yeah, worrying. PSG looked good in the Champions League at the right time. They weren't super unreal in the league stage.
No.
But
they seem to
similar
do that.
to
So-
sort of a Newcastle situation in the Prem. They're turning on at the right time.
I was going to say to you, I feel like you know who's always the master at doing this, and especially in the Champions League, is Real Madrid. What they'll do is they'll often go a bit quiet in the league, and then they'll sort of rest a lot of their players to go on a bit of a run to go into the Champions League, and often it proves decisive, and they often win the Champions League. So yeah, I can see PSG going to the final, and then probably playing Arsenal like you say.
Yeah.
I have a little Champions League update.
Ooh, go for it, a live update
So,
for us.
20th minute. It is now 3-2 on aggregate already to Barcelona.
Oh wow!
Barcelona, Rafinha scored in the 6th minute. Then Elanga scored in the 15th. And then Bernal scored in the 18th, 2 minutes ago.
But Seth, we're obviously recording this on a
This is
Friday.
on a Friday.
Oh.
There's no Champions
No, I'm
League on a
joking.
Friday.
I'm joking. We've
well,
already
then when
told
Newcastle-
we've already told our listeners.
When
as
Newcastle wins...
well. Exactly.
Newcastle's win on Wednesday was really great, wasn't it?
Or their
There was a
hypothetical
huge
loss.
there was a
Yeah.
huge amount of goals in the
Their
first 20
comeback.
minutes.
They won 5-2 in aggregate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so well, you just mentioned Newcastle. It's a great segue for me, Seth. Thank you for that. To
Anytime.
the Tyne-Wear derby, which is actually
Big game.
I'm a bit old school. One of my favourite Premier League derbies. I love it. I love the aesthetic. I hate it when they
Beautiful.
don't play in the red and white
Red
and the
and
black
white,
and white. Like they need to always play in those two kits.
Yep.
I think it's ridiculous when they
Yeah.
didn't. The reverse fixture for some reason
Yep.
they didn't, which I think is outrageous. It actually makes me angry.
Yeah,
There's
fair.
a lot
It's
going on in the world, but
valid
I'm
anger.
actually quite frustrated. when I
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. It's just nice. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It's just a nice
I'm
thing.
actually in Newcastle for it, which will be fun.
Oh, are you?
I
Oh,
am.
nice.
Yeah.
You're not going.
No,
are you?
I'm not going to the
Oh,
game.
okay.
No,
That's a
no.
shame.
I'm just
You could give a match report.
just
for us.
dossing, mate. Just dossing.
Fair. You can watch it on telly.
Be
but
surrounded.
I was going to say, I'm clearly a little bit from anger. I'm going to go to immaturity now because I really enjoyed the Sunderland Brighton game. I don't know if you've seen, but the Black Cats have got a player called Chris Rigg, which is a great name. And he had a chance, and it just sounded like he was talking about his rig a lot. So it was quite funny. So yeah, a few half chances for Sunderland in that game against Brighton, which they did sadly lose. Minter's nice finish.
He's really
Minter.
good.
Good player.
I'm not
really
sure if
good.
it
Doesn't even
necessarily
start anymore,
meant
which is
that. It
weird.
looked like he was falling over, but it was still did really well. But yeah, Newcastle are now 2 points ahead of Sunderland. And and obviously Sunderland have done really well so far, and they're comfortably going to stay up in the division, which is really impressive.
Yep.
But yeah, what do we think to Sunderland maybe doing the double, or do you think it's a bit of a push now after a bit of a drop off in form?
Yeah, I think the form's in Newcastle's favour entirely. I'm pretty sold on Newcastle.
They are going in opposite directions at the moment.
I think if this game goes to extra time or pens, though,
which obviously we already know.
Which obviously, what I meant by that was because this game went to pens.
Went to pens and played 120 plus 9. Yeah, exactly.
I think that Sunderland might have a little advantage there.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, Ciaran. So.
Yeah, I don't think Sunderland can do it.
Okay.
Again.
I think Newcastle will sneak it.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say novelty of it because it's always a novel affair.
Okay.
But of the first one being in Sunderland, spurred them on a bit.
Yeah.
Like they're going to St James's and in a bad run of form. Newcastle look good.
Yeah,
too much.
What are you saying scoreline? I'll get you both predictions, Ciaran.
I'm gonna go 3-0 to Newcastle. Yeah.
Seth?
I'll go 2-1 Newcastle.
Okay.
Lewis Hall goal.
Oh, they are at home, aren't they? So,
a Harvey Barnes goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a 1-0 penalty from Newcastle. Sorry, Sunderland fans out there.
Interesting.
But another big game, we were talking earlier about the relegation scrap that we need to talk about. Sadly, we haven't got Dainty on. I did try and get him on the podcast, but he's working today. Was Spurs versus Nottingham Forest.
Massive.
Don't call them Notts Forest as I did on a previous pod. I got in trouble for that.
No, don't.
Nottingham Forest. It's a relegation scrap, this one, isn't it?
Real 6-pointer.
Forest are kind of struggling of late to score goals. Obviously, the Fulham game I think that's a good point, by the way. Against a good Fulham side, that's a good result.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're desperate for wins, but that you might look back at the end of the season and be like, that was a point well gained.
Yeah.
But do we think whoever wins this game stays in the division? Is it that crucial? Because I think you know the expression 6 points, which is always a bit of a confusing expression to me. But do we think it is a 6-pointer, and whoever wins this might stay in the division?
I still think it's too early.
Okay.
I still think it's too early. Like we've seen with Wolves and we've seen with West Ham, they can like these lower teams can get results anywhere.
Yeah.
And you might not expect it. I'm actually going to change my prediction from earlier, and I'm going to go Forest.
They're going to go down.
Hey, you're all about these hot takes and changing your mind.
Yeah, I'm changing my mind. I'm sorry.
You'll have to change your mind.
Doesn't know what he's on about.
Change my mind, mate.
But because then what? We have an international break after that, right?
I believe so. Yes. We
and
do.
then the first game back is West Ham Wolves. I think we'll know a lot more. Well, obviously, we'll know a lot more after that.
Yeah.
But as I think Ciaran made a good point that these teams can pick up points anywhere.
Like I think it's a similar argument for if Arsenal weren't X points clear, I would be like the run-in doesn't matter too much because you couldn't drop points anyway.
I think the next team, barring these results, I think the next one of those kind of 4 relegation battle teams to pick up 3 in like a top 8 matchup stays up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And just quickly as well, what's the score gonna be?
It's going to be
Ciaran.
Rubbish
For Tottenham Forest.
0-0.
0-0. Sorry, guys.
That's a shame.
I think we get 2 from Morgan.
Change your mind in 5 minutes, mate. Tell me.
Yeah. I'll be 5-0 in the next 5 minutes.
Once he hears what I have to say. I think we get a 2-1. No, a 2-0. Morgan has 2. 1 pen and one outside the box.
Joe Dainty's going to be delighted.
2-0 Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-0 Forest. Morgan gives brace.
Romera's back.
Text Joe Dainty now and tell him.
I'm not going to text Joe Dainty. He's actually blocked.
Okay. Okay. Well then, moving swiftly on.
Shout out
main
to
chunk.
Bits.
Yeah, we love Dainty on this podcast and in life. Main chunk of this podcast, though, and we can't not talk about it, is Sunday's massive League Cup final. We obviously had
it's huge.
We had the women's League Cup final last Sunday. We've obviously got the men's now. I was saying last weekend that I think that the Women's League Cup final should be at Wembley. It shouldn't have been at Brighton. Bristol's Stadium. Ashton
Gate?
Ashton Gate. Why did I say Main Road? Ashton Gate. So, but this one's at Wembley. But yeah, Ciaran, I'll ask you first. I feel like in terms of Arsenal questioning, for you as an Arsenal fan, is this game a stepping stone in terms of like Arteta's reign as manager of Arsenal for you?
Yeah. This is.
Even though it's the League Cup, which some could argue is, you know what I mean? It's got a bit of a.
We got to get something. The first one, the FA Cup, was half him, half not him.
I was going to ask you actually that because I watched that on telly during lockdown. Weird time. 6 years ago.
Odd.
Feels like a long time ago.
Odd.
And Arteta's been there for 6 years, which is crazy. Or nearly 6 years. Do you count that as Arteta's win, or what's your vibe?
Yeah,
on
I still
that?
do. I still do because we were shit beforehand.
Okay.
And we beat City.
Emery, wasn't it?
He had gone. I think we had Ljungberg for a bit and some.
Freddie
random-
Ljungberg. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. He was our interim for a bit. But yeah, like he tactically outplayed City in the semi and won it in the final. So yeah, I think that is his. But yeah, this is a huge game for this season. I think we saw it with Liverpool when they were on for the quad.
Yeah.
And they lost in the. Oh no, they won the League Cup and then lost everything else.
Yeah.
It can. So like, obviously that just kind of goes against what I was going to say, but.
No, you're all for changing your mind, mate. You say what you want to say.
Yeah. Do you have
I will,
adjusted prediction for this Tottenham Forest one already, or?
Silence says it all.
I think
It's going to be 0-0, mate. Yeah.
Arsenal just win.
Yeah.
They just win 3-1.
Well, speaking about winning, I think we can't not talk about the finish on yesterday on Tuesday evening from Eberechi Eze. Half turn swivel, smashes it. Top bins. I mean, and you know what I love as well, and some people aren't keen on it. I really like the nonchalant kind of not giving a shit celebration.
Yeah.
Just like absolute aura, wasn't it? Like it was great.
He is an aura guy, isn't he?
He's great. I think I'm a massive fan of his. I know he
You know
plays
where
for
he's-
Arsenal.
you
but
know where he's from.
I love his story. I love the fact that he was rejected by Arsenal and he's come back and he's literally giving you the middle finger whilst playing for you as well. It's quite funny. But yeah, that goal was great. And do you think he now is like cementing his position in the starting lineup? And do you think he'll be part of that side on Sunday?
Yeah, I think he starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he your best player?
No, he's not. No. It's still Rice or Gabriel.
Yeah.
Which, make of that what you will. Whether we're
Well,
on
Rice, we mentioned quickly. He obviously scored a really nice goal
lovely
as well
finish from him as well.
on Tuesday, which was impressive. Yeah, I feel like Rice and Eze, Gabriel, sort of your main players, aren't they, this season?
If you guys start scoring 3, it's just over for anyone.
Oh yeah,
I think if we our back line
You're never allowing more than 2.
is in a similar. We had a little slip halfway through, but obviously everyone remembers at the start when everyone was like, "God, will they actually break the Chelsea record?" and rubbish like that. Which completely fine to have a slip because maintaining the standard that we had at the start defensively is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact that Chelsea did that is insane.
I mean that.
But
There's like
they're
8
coming
games,
back into
9
it now.
games,
We've got-
no goal, wasn't it?
you get more goals.
Got
this sort of in these kind of seasons, don't you, than you used to get back in the day? I think.
Yeah.
There's probably statistically more goals. So
I think our
you
back
still-
line is coming into its own at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
well.
going to say, do you think this is kind of a good game for Saka to refine some of his scoring form? Because obviously he's been a bit. No, I wouldn't say he's been bad because he hasn't been, and I think he's obviously played a big role
Of late, I would
I
argue
think-
he might
I
actually be
think
bad.
there's a lot put on the statistics about actually scoring, but if you actually look at his output for, some people don't like this, but he's like one of the most foul players.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's because he's getting you up the pitch.
Yeah.
So although he's not getting you the goals, I think he's still giving you something. He's obviously
Definitely.
helping you win matches, but not on the goals or the assist front. But what do you think on him?
The problem was that he's just not done as much with it of late.
Yeah.
Like first leg of the Champions League against Leverkusen.
Yeah.
He got hooked after 70. Madueke came on and won us the game.
Yeah.
Wow, got the equaliser basically. So he's got a bit more pressure on his place now, definitely. I'd like for him to take the game scruff of the neck,
and get a
bag
few
a
goals.
goal.
Yeah.
lift the trophy.
I could see it.
With the captain's armband on.
I could see it because I think there's a few
God, I'd be
seasons ago.
cheesing.
Rashford scored in the League Cup final against Newcastle, and again that same kind of aura where he'd been on a bit of an indifferent run up to that point, and then that game kick-started his form back into the rest of that season. So I could see Saka scoring, and I could see him going on a bit of a big run towards the end of your season and being your best player.
The Champions League golden boot.
But Ciaran as well, before we move on to Man City, do you think this game could be the start of a period of sort of domination? I say this worryingly.
Yeah.
I say it quietly, Seth, but Ciaran, for you, do you think it could be a period of domination for Arsenal for a few years if you win this?
I don't know. If Arteta stays and we manage to keep the core players, which at the moment, I don't see us losing.
Okay.
I feel like everyone you have loves Arsenal.
Yeah, but my issue would be if they are so invested in winning the Prem and then we do it.
Yeah, you kind of fall
Are they
off.
like, right, new challenge?
Yeah.
So if we can keep...
So would you rather just not win the Prem and keep your players forever?
and just keep coming second, but at least, hey, we got a good team on paper.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, no.
You know, they do say being a football fan is bad for your mental health as well. Like, that would just be purgatory, wouldn't it? If you didn't win this year's, that would be. I'd actually feel like you're a friend of mine, Ciaran. I'd feel like sad for
Thanks,
you
Robin.
in a non-patronising way. I would genuinely be like, this sucks.
Just-
like,
Yeah.
so I
I hate
hope
to be that guy right now.
I hope for your sake you do win it, because it wouldn't make me happy to see you sad. So yeah.
Thanks.
I
I feel like in fairness, I feel like everyone's got over that little hump.
Yeah, you need it.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to patronise you. I promise
Ciaran.
you. I was being genuine there with my words, but I do think that Arsenal, they just need to get it over the line. Just get it done. Like, for God's sake, it's been
people
so
have
long.
kind of
Like,
got over the anti-Arsenal hump.
a little bit, yeah. I
and
like
they're just
some
like,
of your players.
fuck it, 7 points clear now. Just win it.
Yeah,
and
just get it over with.
Like, fair.
I feel like as well, and to your fan, to give credit to your fan base, they have calmed down a bit. They do seem a bit less kind of jittery, which is a good thing.
Winning, bro.
Yeah.
Just because we're winning.
Moving in silence.
Exactly.
Real gangsters move in silence.
Well, there
We
you
are
go.
gangsters.
Real G's move in silence.
Fair enough. Well, one person who's not been a real G recently is Erling Haaland, obviously for Man City.
Anti-G.
Wanted
A
to
great
ask you
segue.
both- Yeah, exactly.
Alley-oop to Robin again.
Exactly. What on earth has happened to him? I mean, there was a few scuff chances in that game against Real Madrid, which they went on to lose 2-1. He obviously did score. It was a scuff finish. It was not a clean strike that you're expecting from Erling Haaland. But
He had a sitter as well.
he did right at the end. That was saved by the
my
goalkeeper.
gosh.
I mean, he is Courtois, so fair enough. But I just wanted to ask you both. Like, Seth, I'll ask you this time. What's happened to him, and do you think he should be dropped for the final?
I think he's a bit arrogant, you know?
Okay. Would you
I
tell
think
that
he's
to his
becoming-
face? Quite a big lad.
Stay humble, eh?
I wouldn't say anything to him. I would just...
no, not that. I remember this now.
Yeah. I think he's just
Fair play,
getting a
Ciaran,
bit
fair play.
complacent. Like, he clearly
Yeah.
probably still is, in reality, the best striker in the Prem, like,
Yeah.
for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of got to his head a bit, and he's, just a bit complacent.
Fair.
Not like the same level of eagerness.
Do you know what I think's a bit strange? I don't know if you agree, but he signed a massive, I think it was 8-year contract.
Yeah.
Is that right?
This
Am I
this
right?
as well.
7 or 8 year contract, a big
Yeah.
contract basically.
Yeah.
It may have even been 6, but anyway, it was big. And I feel like since he signed that, obviously he's been very good, but maybe the motivation isn't
That's
quite
what I mean.
there. Like,
You can
he's-
tell. There's a little switch.
He's on like what? If I paid you right now 300 grand and I said you're on this podcast for the next 6 years a week, you might lose a bit. You might just not. You know what I mean? Because you've got it in the bag.
Yeah.
You're not really
Yeah.
fighting for the next big contract, are you? You're already on. Maybe there's a bit of motivation there.
I don't know.
that's kinda lost, but,
I think there was just too much over-reliance on him at the start of the
I
season.
think he's tired.
And he had a few games off,
Yeah.
and that has just compounded because they are not doing as well
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
no one's there to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
My take.
I think one player that probably should pick up a bit of the slack that you talked about is Semenyo, who I think has probably been one of their best players since he joined the club in January. And obviously with Mark Gay, who's been a bit indifferent recently. I don't think he did very well against Valverde in the first leg. Sort of let him just pick the ball over him and then just smash it in the bottom bins. That was,
to be fair,
obviously
though,
Valverde. Fair
that
enough.
was
Yeah.
insane.
I'm just
by
saying,
Valverde.
like, just shove him out of the way, or just I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like Semenyo has obviously been one of their great players. They are. I feel like Man City though are missing the lack of a Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
I mean,
like a crucial
that guy. Honestly, when he was at his absolute
He is the best Prem midfielder I've ever seen.
Amazing. I mean, okay, I'll give you a great example. I went to go watch Chelsea get battered 3-0 at home to Man City.
Oh,
And
rough.
bearing in mind that Kevin De Bruyne is a former Chelsea
Chelsea
player,
Yeah.
he got applauded off the field. He was amazing.
Fucking hell.
Amazing in that game. And they had Aguero then as well, so that helped. But another great memory of De Bruyne, just whilst I remember, is have you seen the pass for Leroy Sané in 2017? Have you seen this pass?
Yes.
I think I know what you mean.
And he literally crosses the whole pitch
yeah.
and pinpoints it in Sané and just taps it in.
Have you seen his headed curl pass?
No, I need to watch
It is
that.
mad.
Okay.
He heads a through ball and it swerves
With his head.
with his head.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Beautiful.
I suppose the point I was trying to make
People used to
was
say I was like him when I played.
really.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe people could hear
And
that.
look
if you
like
were
him.
Maybe we should
close-
clip
close
this.
to the
And
mic.
look like
Yeah,
him.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could replace him because
They used to call me
they do need a
KDB.
midfielder. Do you reckon you can move up to Manchester, Seth, and play for Man City?
Yeah.
But
Haaland needs to get a grip.
Before you go, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was going to say to get back to the point I was trying to make was no, it's fine. It's fine. I was just going to say that Man City really are missing that sort of player. Who do you think could be the answer to that? I mean, or is he a replacement?
Foden was meant to be,
Yeah.
and be the creative guy.
Yeah.
But he's lacked it.
Yeah.
I just think the swag era is over of City. It's just not cool to go there. Like
Yeah.
there's no swaggy players there anymore. I
Well-
mean, Bilva's a bit swaggy.
Yeah.
Foden is a bit of like
I think it's
something
quite,
to him.
Turkey,
it is
though.
quite worrying.
Turkey is cool too.
Yeah, Turkey's. Oh, I love Turkey.
But he's not this player
No,
who
he's
you're
not.
who you're saying.
Very flair player. He's a
Yeah.
fun flair player, but
I mean, they could have done with like a Verts or something.
yeah, that's true.
But like he's
But
not going
They weren't
anywhere.
going to spend that money, were they?
No.
Whilst they've got all these charges. Yeah, I was going to say that I think that Chelsea losing 8-2 and Man City losing 5-1 as well in the Champions League is not a good kind of sign for the Premier League going forward.
Yeah.
Those are massive losses. But to give Real Madrid a little bit of credit, obviously, I think Vinny looks back to his best. I thought he looked really solid last night. Against Man City. So yeah, I think they are going to be strong contenders for the Champions League. But just going back to the League Cup final, do we think Pep needs this game more than Arteta does?
I think, yeah. But I don't think it's a Pep Arteta thing.
Fair enough.
I think it's an
Do you
Arteta
not like
thing.
that bit of narrative?
Oh,
You're not a fan of
it's
it?
nice, but I think they would use that to then put a bit more pressure on us in the league.
Yeah.
Also, they're now out of Champions League.
Campo, which is not.
They need it then, don't they?
Dwindling chances of silverware.
I was going to say you don't get a Champions League spot, do you, for winning the League Cup? Unfortunately, I think you
No.
get a conference now. Have they demoted it now?
No,
Is
you
it
get a Europa.
League?
It was because
Okay.
Palace and
Yes.
had a situation with Lyon.
Their situation.
But yeah,
Situation avec Lyon.
in terms of the game itself, do we think it's going to be a classic, or do you think it's going to be quite cagey? What do you think to the game itself? Ciaran first. Obviously, you're a bit biased, but I'm going to get your prediction.
Non-classic. I'm very much looking forward to seeing my team play at Wembley.
Yes.
Are you going?
No.
It's a shame.
Sadly not. But just to see us play at Wembley, like wicked. It's just the best football ground in the world. I don't think it will
recommend
be
going.
a classic.
If you can go next time, do get.
I've been
ticket.
to a couple.
Yeah.
couple
Going to
class
see
finals.
England Uruguay
Are
in
you?
the second to last friendly
Oh, wow.
before the World Cup.
Where's our invite, Seth? I mean-
Cheers, Seth.
I mean, come along.
No, I'm joking.
Thanks,
Oh,
mate.
we might do.
Yeah, might do now. I don't. City Arsenal games are always mad hard to predict, just because you never know what kind of Arsenal are going to turn up.
Yeah.
If it's our cagey meh Arsenal, like
Yeah.
we saw similar at the start of the season,
And the
in
Everton
1-1
game as
Against
well.
the
quite
top
cagey.
Everton,
Bit sticky.
then it won't be. It won't be a classic. But
I really want
we've
it.
got history.
I
of
really
being-
want it to be sort of one of those classics where both teams just go fuck it, because obviously City kind of don't have anything to lose at this point.
Yeah.
So I could see it.
Like a 5-3.
Yeah, just like a fun game,
yeah.
just like something
Yeah.
crazy.
Just, like
Yeah.
4 goals in the last 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Seth, what do you think?
Well, I've given my prediction.
Did you?
I
Oh,
think,
sorry.
Have you?
I said 3-1 to the Arsenal.
Okay.
I'd
I'd missed that as well. I'm sorry about that.
That's
Seth.
okay. You didn't ask for it, so that makes sense. But I'm consistent with my predictions, and I'm going to stick with a 3-1.
Okay. 3-1 to
I reckon
Arsenal.
to the Arsenal. I reckon they get a set piece goal to start things off.
Okay.
City equalize, and then they
Yeah.
get 2 in the last 15.
Nice. And you were saying KG 1-0 to Arsenal. Was that what you said, Ciaran?
I'll go KG 1-0.
But I think they get a bit nervy.
Okay.
I think you start standing up around the 40th minute. You're just a bit.
Yeah, I think KG 1-0. We get a first half goal. Second half, they bombard.
Yeah.
Fair. I'm going to go with a 3-2 classic to Arsenal. I think Eze probably gets the winner.
Oh.
But yeah, we've got to move on now. So we've got an on this day, obviously, sadly, because Naz is unwell.
I'll pull a Naz.
Seth
This is
going
your.
to replace-
So this and it's
application.
actually quite.
So yeah, Seth, what have you got for us?
It's
on this day?
actually there's an aspect of this which is quite like Seth branded.
Okay. That's nice.
So we'll read this on the day, 18th of March,
Yep.
2010. Fulham versus Juventus go down 3-1 in the first leg of the
Yes,
Europa
they
League.
do.
Then it heads back to
Craven
Fulham,
Cottage, yeah, that's it.
to the cottage, and they score.
Back when games were on ITV4, if you can remember
Yeah,
the day, like
were.
back when ITV had.
And they
coverage.
win 4-1 to win the tie on aggregate 5-4.
Yeah.
Winner scored by Clint Dempsey. USA!
Yeah.
Who had a big 2010,
Yeah.
which was also a
did.
World Cup year when he scored
He
against
bags.
your
Rob Green.
goated Rob Green.
That was bad.
And we
Also,
came out of the group.
Is that the game where we all missed the
Yeah.
Gerrard goal? 'Cause
Yeah.
it went to a TikTok advert. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't miss it. I was in a Buffalo Wild Wings with my dad.
Oh, sorry, right.
a shitty sports bar in
Right,
the US.
okay. I've heard of that before.
just absolutely loving my life. And the USA got out of the group that year. Anyways, on the day,
yeah.
the continuation of that is they then go forward and have a massive Europa League campaign, going to the final, losing 2-1 to Atletico Madrid.
Remember who the manager was for Fulham?
I wouldn't know.
Roy Hodgson was
Wow.
the manager of Fulham.
Okay, it was.
Who then got the fated job
Yeah.
at Liverpool as a result of
Yeah,
that run,
he did.
and then it all went to shit for him for a little while.
Yeah.
And he went back to Palace, so legend at Palace. But
Fulham beat Hamburg, Wolfsburg, Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, that was different, but in the Europa
Oh
League.
yeah.
Like that's a because
you
weren't
win,
they kind of championship
The-
around
They
those
were floating
times?
around, and then they had that really
they
good
lied.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that did it for them. So that was the on this day.
Yeah. So, do you have any question for us? Like anything related to that you want to ask us, Seth?
What is your favorite
Okay.
Europa League campaign?
Oh.
Doesn't have to be a winner, but
Okay.
I think there are some good ones out there.
I have some good ones.
and I know the kind of.
I feel like around that time, it might have been against Atletico in the final, but I always remember Falcao playing in the Europa League for Porto and then also for Atletico Madrid and absolutely bossing it.
Yeah.
What a player he was.
What a
when
dominant
was,
player he
before
is.
he came to the
Was.
Premier League, when he got a
Yeah.
bit shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
And
should
then he went
never
like,
have
and then he
come.
did like futsal.
Yeah.
He was on like the Brazilian futsal team,
Honestly,
wasn't he?
back in the day, he was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of swaggy players,
insane. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
He was
Ciaran?
swaggy. I might flip it on its head and
Go for it.
go for my worst one.
Oh,
And that will
not the question, but fine.
obviously be when we got pumped
Oh,
in the
no.
final
Oh, I'm sorry.
against
mate.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Against the Chelsea.
Oh, mate.
But Alex
Why are you
Iwobi
bringing
scored a
that
good
up?
goal.
We've won it
Do you
all.
like pain? Why are you bringing that up?
Do anything for this pod, mate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Any nice memories of the Europa League? Not doesn't have to be Arsenal. Just generally.
We were always pretty shit. We would just get whooped by Atletico
What
Madrid.
about when like
non-stop.
Rangers got to the final a few years ago? That was cool.
That was
wasn't
cool. I also liked the
that was
Roma.
cool. Oh, the West Ham.
The Roma when
Conference
De
League.
Rossi scores. Yeah, Conference League.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
it? Yeah, still, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
When De Rossi scores the winner.
Yeah.
I think Mourinho was there.
Yeah, he was, and then they had that massive like parade in
Yeah.
Rome, which looked insane.
So insane.
I
Like,
love
that was
Italian
cool.
fans and obviously
Yeah.
Lido is a very passionate Fiorentina fan. The fans in Italy just love their football, don't they?
They really
And then
do.
you also have to. You can't mention the Europa League without mentioning Sevilla,
Yes, who are
Indeed.
just
who are
bosses.
obviously just like
Just the
Yeah,
best.
and beat Roma, I
They've
think,
kinda-
in 2023.
Yeah, they did
In the final.
They tailed off a bit recently, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In league and
Yeah,
Europa.
I love those competitions.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I hope Palace can perform well in the Conference League.
Yeah, I think you got a chance. You got a chance.
Should win it. Like,
Yeah.
even at our form now, should win it.
Realistically, yeah.
You should.
But anyways, yes, those competitions are very good and I think have value.
Well, thank you, Seth. That was a great on this day. It
was. It's my pleasure.
We've come to the end of our podcast for today, so
Oh.
I'd like to thank Ciaran. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Good
for
luck
having me,
for
Robin.
Sunday's final.
Thank you, mate.
Hope
Thank
you
you.
win for your sake.
Thank you.
And Seth, thank you very much, mate.
Robin, thank you for having me.
Who Palace got this weekend? Just remind us.
I don't think we play.
Oh,
You might-
because of the League Cup final.
I don't think we play.
But you've got a game in Cyprus, haven't you? AEK something.
Yes, who we
should know
drew
that.
0-0 to at
0-0
home,
to, yeah.
which is
So that'd be a big game.
third in the Cypriot League.
But yeah, thanks guys, and hopefully Naz will be back next week.
Fingers
but,
crossed.
Thanks guys, and yeah, have a good week.
Thank you. You too, Robin.
Thank you so much for having us, Robin. Bye.
Bye.